Hello, I'm Richard from Power Copy, and I'm here to get you more work and subsequently more money. If you're a tradesman in 2026 and you're not coming up in these top three results on the Google business listing, you're leaving money on the table and your competitors are snapping it up. So this begs the question, how do you get your Google business listing into those lucrative top three results? Well, we take the approach that we make changes to your business listing to optimize it for local searches. So, what does that mean in practice? Well, in practice, it means that we specify the areas, the postcodes where you want to be visible, where you want to be found, where you want the work. We all know different areas, different cities have lucrative places to work and not so lucrative ones to work, or they might just be too far away. You don't want to be fighting traffic at 6 o'clock at night. Or maybe you don't mind. Wherever you want to work, by doing these changes to the business listing, you will start to rank for those areas. So, for example, in Norwich, it could be Old Catton, it could be Helston, or it could be a little bit outside. It could be Wyndham or Spixworth or Poringland. It doesn't matter. It could be anywhere. By the way, this isn't just for Norwich. I'm just using Norwich because that's where I'm based. It's for everywhere up and down the country. It could be Manchester, it could be Leeds, it could be London, could be Colchester, it could be Cardiff, could be Edinburgh, could be Torquay. It doesn't matter. It's a nationwide thing. And where the postcode thing is relevant is that Google has optimized Google search to pick up on the searcher's location and show them relevant listings, which is great for the user in a way because they see the results which Google thinks they're going to want to see. So if they're looking for a local shop, for example, a shoe shop or a barber's or something near them, that's great. That's what I want. But with something like what you guys do, the tradesmen, you could be based, say, for example, in NR6, but a search in NR7, you'll draw a blank. There's another three guys there. But a guy could be working in NR7, looking for a tradesman. So if you appear in both places, you've got more chance of winning the work. So to help with that as well, with a listing, you've also got categories and things. There might be categories where you don't want to pull through. Maybe you don't want anything to do with fuse boxes if you're an electrician, or you don't fix domestic appliances if you're a plumber or something on those lines. We keep it as relevant as possible so that when you do pull through, you're more likely to get that lucrative sale. And to help again, we make changes to your site. This is nothing drastic. There'll just be pages which will just talk about the locations where you want to work. It sounds a bit weird, but if you want more info, I'm going to get in touch and I'm happy to talk to you about it. Reviews are huge. The more reviews, the more beautiful 5-star reviews, the better, obviously. But getting them can be a problem. And it's not necessarily your fault. Give you an example. A guy came and fixed my boiler the other day. I haven't given them a review, not because I'm a meanie or a nasty person. I just didn't think of it. But if I'd had somebody, just like pinging off an email, just saying, "Hey, are you happy with the work? Any questions or anything?" And they say, "No, it's all good. Oh, could you give us a review?" That's another 5 stars in the bag. Local blogs and directories, that's a good way to get noticed. It also tells search engines and AI, you're the man or the woman, what have you. These things, that it all helps. Local blogs and directories, great stuff. And then schema markup. Now, this is where it gets a bit nerdy, a bit complicated. But it's basically code that we put on your website so that it tells search engines and AI what you're about. We'll have a look at that now, so I can give you an idea of what's involved and what the code actually says to the search engine and AI. So if you get this right, because it's relevant for AI as well, because more searches are moving more in that direction rather than Google on AI, you're kind of future-proofing your visibility. Good stuff. So let's have a quick look at the schema markup. So this is Norfolk County Electrician's website. I used an AI just to scan for the schema, and this is what it found. It found 3 types. Website schema, this is just a general thing, really. It just tells Google who you are and what your website is. Then it gives your address and a few social media profiles, followed by local business schema. Hey, this is where the money is. Again, it gives the name of the company, the address, and the opening hours, etc. You can add more stuff to this. I would recommend doing that. But you see, it's important because if we look where Norfolk County Electricians is, it's number 1 for a search in Sproulston 1 district, and it's also number 1. Well, it's not in that one, but is it in a borough over in Old Catton? It's number 1 again. Interestingly, Thorpe St Andrew, it's not showing up. It's number 4 there. So it's knocking on the door of the top 3. But these guys have no doubt optimized to be found in Thorpe St Andrew, and lo and behold, they are. So, guys, good job. Just one more thing before I go. You've got this paid ad option as well. You can see these 2 guys here have come through as a paid ad. We do an ad management service. If you visit the site, you'll see. But the advantage here is a quick win. You could be featured here within 48 hours if you go for the paid ad option. Again, the better optimized you are for a Google business listing, you've got 2 advantages. One, Google knows when to show you, has a better idea when to show you. 2, you lower cost per click, always good to save money. And if you can appear in these top 3 and as an ad as well, you've got more chance of winning the work because people are going to think, well, you're in 2 places, you must be good. Simple logic, really. So that's it. So if you're not really showing up here on the Google business listing, well, you could be leaving money on the table. If you want to fix that, well, you know where I am. See you later.